So in this video, I wanted to explain what actually took place at the Publix, because I basically I think I uploaded the part two, and to that incident, and the part two was basically me disproving the claims the manager made. So I want to just let you guys know exactly what happened, so that you will know what happened. And the reason why I haven't uploaded the video of my interaction with the store manager is because the video is really long, and at this moment on YouTube there's like a cap on how long the videos that I upload can be, and I think that all accounts come with this limitation placed on them, and you have to go through like some sort of verification process or something. But I haven't done that yet, and it looks like it's a lot of trouble. So I've kind of just, been able to get away with not going through that process thus far. So in a future time, I'll probably go ahead and do what they want me to do in order to post videos, any type of video I want, regardless of length. But in the meantime, I'm just going to hold on to it. So I'm going to explain to you guys exactly what happened so that you know. Okay, so when I went into the Publix store to get, to pick up something for dinner, basically I was going to just get hot dogs and bread because I was planning to cook hot dogs for dinner. That's what I was going to have for dinner. So I went into the Publix, I grabbed some hot dogs, I looked through some lunch meat. I was kind of on the fence as to what I was going to eat. Ultimately, I just stuck with the hot dogs, and I went into the bread aisle to grab a loaf of bread so that I can, have hot dogs. So when I went to the bread aisle, there was a person, an employee, and he was just, doing his job. I don't know what he was doing. I think he was stalking or something, but he was over there. And he was pretty close to me. I mean, he was pretty close. Like, he was definitely within like arm's reach. So I went to grab the loaf of bread from the bottom shelf because the bread that I was trying to get to, which I usually just get the cheap bread. Like, I get the same bread each time I go in there. So it's at the bottom shelf, and there were buns that were on the top shelf, like the buns. So the store brand buns. So when I I just stopped for a second, went to kneel to grab the bread, and the buns fell and hit me. So it just like fell off. Well, you say I just was hit with some buns. I don't know where the hell it came from, right? So I just was like, right when I did it, right when I kneeled down, some buns hit me, and I was like, what the hell? And the employee was like within arm's length of me at that moment. Like, I saw him in the area because he had a cart, and the cart was like behind me. So I knew he was like in the area, and he was just messing with the cart. So basically, when the buns hit me, he was within arm's length. So he went from where he was at with the cart to where I was at, and I got hit with some buns. So I get up and I was like, what the hell just happened? And he was just like, I don't know. And and I was like, I was just hit by some buns. So I just explained the situation to him. He was just, he says this shit with the shelf, like he was like, it's the shelf is imbalanced and bread just slides off that bitch. And when he said that shit, I was like, is this guy fucking saying I'm a fucking idiot? I was more offended that he thought I was dumb enough to believe his explanation in the first fucking place. Like, that was actually more infuriating than getting hit by the fucking buns, okay? Like, I was like, is this guy fucking actually think I'm stupid enough to believe this shit? Like, I don't mean to laugh, but this shit'll be fucking stupid, man. I was just like he was literally insulting me about just expecting me to buy his bullshit story in the first fucking place. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? And so he basically says that, and basically what it would come down to is it would just become a some sort of conflict or something. And you definitely don't want to have that shit done, because these people fuck around and ban your ass from some shit like that. Like, that's how they do it out here. Like, whenever anything happens, happens, regardless of whether they did something to me or not. If I respond to that shit, they'll just fucking ban my ass, dude. They'll call the cops will come in and act like I fucking stole something and have to deal with their bullshit, right? So I just was like, I'm just not going to deal with this bullshit, right? So I just left and just decided to go ahead and just tell the manager. So basically I tell the manager what happened, and he was like, oh well, you know, the shelves are imbalanced and bread is falling off the shelves literally all of the fucking time. He says when they come in the morning, there's bread all over the floor and they have to repick that shit up. Like, they were basically just like, you're a fucking idiot and you'll believe whatever the fuck we tell you. I mean, you're just the stupidest motherfucker in the world. For them to expect me to believe that shit was kind of just offensive. I was like, that's some stupid shit for you to fucking expect me to believe, man. You must think I'm a fucking idiot. I mean, because isn't that kind of what he was saying? Like, you're an idiot? Because I'm just going to give you the stupidest explanation you've ever heard and expect you to believe it. I was like, dude, I will go back that bitch with a fucking level and just fucking put a level to see how imbalanced the fucking shelf is, dude. He was just like, it was just no explanation. There was no way you could come up with an explanation for that shit, because it was completely, like, he did it. There's nothing else you could say. Like, that was the only explanation. Instead of admitting it, he was like, some shit with the shelf is defective. Literally, this is what this guy told me. He said that there's an imperfection in the floor, and when they built the shelf was built on the imperfection that's in the floor, and the imperfection causes an imbalance, so the shelf is imbalanced, so bread is constantly flying off the shelves. I thought this was stupid for a lot of reasons, but if you think about it, when you go in there, customers would see bread on the floor all of the fucking time. Like, it would just happen all the time, right? I was like, I've never went into any fucking grocery store and ever saw a loaf of bread on the fucking floor. I was like, when the fuck? You never see that shit. So if that shit was happening, he said it only happens at night. This guy was literally suggesting that a fucking ghost did that shit. I was like, yo, this guy is patronizing me right now. I mean, it's almost like I'm being insulted. This is like, it was literally just insulting that he would even suggest some shit like that in the first fucking place. I was like, I'm more offended that you thought I was dumb enough to believe that bullshit than I am over what happened, okay? Like, it's even worse now. Anyhow, so that's basically what happened. And it was just like, he just was like, when he couldn't come up with any explanations, because I started explaining physics to him, I was like, look, motherfucker, okay, that shelf is not imbalanced, man. Like, it's just not. Okay, so I'm just saying, the guy was right there. What conclusion would you reach? There was only one conclusion you could reach, okay? I was like, it's a coincidence that he was within arm's length of me when that shit happened. You're telling me that's a fucking coincidence. And now you're saying some shit about a slopey shelf, okay? I was like, I'm gonna go back that bitch with my phone and just fucking see for myself if it's imbalanced. But dude, it was just the stupidest situation. Like, he was like some sort of fucking, I don't know, like, the people are so hateful that I kind of feel like that shit was probably racist, man, because, you know, these people are just so hateful that's the only explanation you could come up with it, man. Like, this guy's a neo-Nazi or some shit. Like, you know, the type of people who act like him would be those type of people, man. I know you guys don't believe it has to do with race, but I'm just saying, Occam's razor was suggested as race, man. Whatever theories you come up with, man, I don't know, but that shit seemed like some Jim Crow shit. It really did. Some straight up Jim Crow shit. Fucking hitting the person with some bread. Like, these guys could do that shit and then just give it whatever explanation they want to get it, and we're supposed to just believe them or something. And why would you believe the people who are oppressing you? Like, I don't care why they're oppressing me. I'm a colored person being oppressed. I don't give a fuck why, okay? This shit happens too much, okay? Colored people get oppressed too damn much. I'm a colored person being oppressed. Don't give a fuck what explanation you have for that. That's literally what the situation actually is. You know, most people are trying to come up with explanations for it. So basically, I was just like, well, look, man, your explanation makes not one bit of sense. And that's just the truth. I mean, there's nothing you could possibly say. But so I basically was just like, I'm going to leave it here because I don't want this shit to escalate. I mean, you know, he'll escalate it, and next thing you know, I'm banned and the cops are there. Okay, literally, that's how it was supposed to play out. And I didn't want it to play out that way. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to fucking get my phone go back, get the level app. The level app works really well, and just go back that bitch and then find out whether there's a slope on the fucking shelf that's causing the bread to fall off. And that is where the part 2 video comes in.